Just as an aside, I was watching some really interesting stuff recently. It was the World Microsoft Excel Championships.
Exciting.
Yeah, really. I mean, these guys on an Excel spreadsheet are
You sent me that link and I avoided it.
Unbelievable. I didn't even know it existed. It's a thing, right? It's like a cross between your project manager updating the project plan and esports. It's a crazy mix, right? It's sort of unbelievable what you're watching. Anyway, the guy who won it, the World Excel Champion, there is a thing.
Yep.
He's got a belt as well, right? He's got a belt.
Nothing else. Just like.
Well, no, I mean he's
wearing other
yeah.
things.
I mean, yeah, you could wear anyway. I think he won $3,000. So not, it's still
It's
not
the kudos, isn't it?
It's not mainstream yet, but it's getting there. The reason I'm talking about him, by the way, is because he
Is it you?
I'm pretty good on Excel. I don't think I'd stand a chance with these guys.
You mean Rose, not Excel. Who's Excel?
He doesn't think AI will take over
Right.
people's jobs. And I was like, you're using
Correct.
Excel. It's definitely taking your job,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you're not going to be Excel champion for long.
you're on the front line, mate.
No, you're
I mean,
first
AI
in
is going to
queue.
win the Excel World Championships if you let it
Next
in.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So I don't know about that, but
True.
but yeah, if you don't believe me, we'll share a link and you can go and have a look.
I'm deleting it already.
If I can imagine a lot of people want to jump on and have a look.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's coming.
It's a thing. So bad AI. Bad AI. There's a couple of things here. I'm just scrolling here. So there was a really bad AI example recently, which was there was a tech conference that I believe used AI to create images of female speakers that weren't female speakers, and weren't going to turn up, to make it look like they had more gender equality at their conference, and they got found out.
Yes.
That's pretty bad, right? I mean, in terms of bad AI, that's bad AI.
That's pretty poor for lots of reasons,
Yeah.
right? Obviously.
That is
Number
terrible.
one, have more women at your conference. I mean, what, and then try and cover it up. It's kind of wow.
Yeah, and we know people who would help there. We know great people. There's Lauren Ingram who runs the
Web3.
Women of Web3.
Yeah, great.
Massive network, brilliant speaker. There's Tiffany St. James, again, brilliant speaker, knowledgeable. There's a whole host of women out there who will attend these conferences and speak if you put the tiniest bit of effort in to get in front of them. So pretty poor, I think, in terms of decision making, and it links to, in general, AI and the misuse of it. And we've advised clients on image stuff, haven't we, before, and said, don't use it in this area. This is not the right area to use it. This is where you need to be transparent.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. In other areas, it's been fantastic, right? We've saved clients huge amounts of money using generative AI in the right areas, where people weren't the thing that was being sold or communicated. They were just part of the image, as it were. So being thoughtful about this stuff is so important. You're going to get burned if you're not thinking this stuff
through. Just the wrong thing to do. Massive slap on the wrist for them and more. I've got another one I saw quite recently. It just people misstepping constantly. It's just beyond me. So the Humane pin, quite an interesting business, invisible interfaces. We chatted on a previous pod. A couple of weeks ago, their CEO did a LinkedIn post. The first half of the LinkedIn post, it's almost like a comedy sketch. The first half was, we're launching in March. We're so excited to invite 5 or 6 really interesting looking people, machine learning engineers and PhDs and great stuff. Brilliant, sounds great. The second half of the LinkedIn post was, and this is almost ad verbatim, we're also sorry to be losing 10 of our amazing staff. Good luck for the future. No names. I mean, if you're old enough to remember The Office, David Brent, when people are being made redundant from Wernham Hogg or whatever, he says, we've got good news and bad news. The good news is I've been promoted. The bad news is you've all been made redundant. And they go, there is no good news. You're still thinking about the bad news. They're like, so clothy, and I can't understand why you would do that. Huge amounts of comments going, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
If you're going to say, don't do it in the same LinkedIn post.
Yeah.
And certainly not as a footnote, like 2/3, these amazing people are joining. Footnote, sorry about you 10 who've lost your jobs. I mean, that's
very strange.
It's just bonkers. Why would you do that? So
Yeah.
the other one I saw just yesterday, again, it's the year, it's not all jokes aside, big elections come up this year in the US and the UK, of course. I think just this week, Joe Biden's voice was cloned and sent out to numerous people saying, don't vote in the primaries, it's not worth it. So there's going to be a lot of that this year. It's not bad AI particularly, although there was a few jokes made about, well, is he still alive and was he asleep and stuff, and his voice is so boring. However, there's lots of that happening this year, so something to watch out for. It's going to be big this year with those elections. And some of the bad actor type AI stuff is going to unfortunately be front and centre. So
yeah,
we'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Definitely.